On to part A, step 8, the lowest MAPE. We already have MAPE in I-46, but we can change this to have text and a number. So here's how this formula works. It's a concatenation. The first part, the word MAPE with a space and an open bracket, is in quotation marks. So that's the text. And then it says and. That means it's concatenated. So we'll take whatever that text is and add this function. This function. And in the middle of the function is the minimum. They say we want to find the minimum number from K46 to AH46. That's all the MAPEs. I've been careful to make sure they're the only ones in that row 46. But it's going to be a decimal place. It's going to be a 0.14 or something like that. So I don't want it like that. I want it as a percentage. And so to make it into a special percentage, I use the text function. So text says take whatever number we have, and then so the first thing in its function is what the number is, comma, and the next thing in quotations in the text function. This is not quotations from text in here. It's part of what the text function needs. It needs to know what the format is, which is a number. Notice that there's no percentages, 0 points, anything, and a percent symbol. So that's the number format. And the text function needs that number format in quotations. So this is the text format. So the and before it and another and after it, because we have some more text, pardon the pun, afterwards, which is the close bracket. So it's going to have MAPE and then in brackets what percent it is. So let's build this. So we already have the MAPE in I-46. I'm going to hit F2. I'm going to hit home to go to the beginning and start with an equal sign because this is a concatenated formula. I'm going to start with a full quotation mark. I'm going to go to the end. I'm going to add a space and open a quotation mark and close the brackets. So that's the text at the beginning. Then and. Concatenation formulas are linked by these and signs. And then I'm going to use the text function. I'm going to hit tab to accept it. And the first thing it wants is the value. What's the number? And the number is the min function. Min stands for minimum. And it's from K. I'm going to use the arrow keys here. No, I guess I can't. Okay, so I'm going to have to type it. K46 colon all the way to AH46. Oh, yeah, AH46. And then close brackets. Then, and by the way, it's okay if it's lowercase. And then, comma. The next thing is, what is the format? And the format needs to be put in quotation marks. Quotation, it's going to be a 0 and then a percentage. And then close quotations. And then I can close the text function. Good. Now, at the end, I'm going to add a close bracket around this thing, this number. So, and, open bracket, open quotation mark, close bracket, close quotation mark, enter. There it is, 14%. And the one that's the smallest is the very first one we did, the linear regression. And you can even see that in the chart, that the orange one is closer as a whole. You might think, but wait, the gray gets just a little bit higher, so it's closer to the blue. Yeah, for that last quarter. But what about for the last 4 quarters? The orange is closer for the whole 4 quarters than the gray is because of this dip here. And that's why that one's the smallest. So now, after we've made the MAPE, we want to if yours are if you have 2 that are the same MAPE, 14% or something like that, you can increase the decimal places on these and the 2 that are the same to find out. Mine I knew right from the beginning. Then we're going to import this. So let's start by saving it, Control S, and then let's get back to our farming and hunting tab, and to import this, it's going to be file, import, upload, insert, and it's going to import the data sheet. So file, import, upload, browse. Here it is in my downloads, open. I don't want to create a new sheet. I want to insert new sheets. And then import the data. And there it is, BG1. Now, the week 1 and week 2, they're referring to the old BG, the one that didn't have all my week 3 data in it. The BG1 has week 3 data, but BG doesn't. And I want these week 1 and week 2 to refer to the new BG. So our workaround, the way to deal with this, is we're going to initially we're going to change the name of the old one to have old on it, and then we can get rid of the extra one. So I'm going to rename this one to old, BG old. And just to prove it to you, if I go to week 1 and I look in this, it says BG old. Now I'm going to rename my new one to not have any spaces or ones or brackets or anything. Enter. Then I can run Control H. I'm going to find the BG olds, and I'm going to replace it with just BG, no BG old. And I'm going to say also search in the formulas, and then replace all. So, oops. So I'm going to go Control H, and notice it's searching all the sheets. So it's mostly going to be looking at week 1, week 2. I'm going to look for BG old and replace it with just BG. I'm going to put a check mark beside also search within formulas, and then replace all. Are you sure? Yes, I am. Get 53 instances. Done. And 2 sheets, which is what I expected. So if you look at here, look at the formula. BG, no BG old. And now I can move the new sheet in the new position and delete the old sheet. So I'm going to drag this BG, I'm going to drag it right to the beginning, and I'm going to get rid of my old one. And my formulas are still okay. So I've brought it in, but look what it did to my chart. And so to fix that, I'm going to edit it. I'm going to add a series, and also I'm missing a lot of series. So I think I need, so edit it. Oops. I think if I make it a line chart, yeah. And then the series, I have historic, but I'm going to add another one. I'm going to hit this little grid and select a range, and it's going to be this forecast one. Okay. Yep, linear regression. And then I'm going to add another one for seasonal regression. You might wonder, how did it know it's linear regression? That's because it knew it before. It didn't really lose them in the true sense of the word. So I'm going to add that, grid, forecast, all the way down to the bottom, so including the label. Okay. Now it's added the seasonal regression. And then holds linear trend, little grid. wish I could. There. All those. Okay. Let's see if that worked. Yep, working good. Edit chart. So I did all the way to Holt's linear trend. Now I can go to the Holt-Winter additive. And the Holt-Winter multiplicative. There. Much nicer. And then I can just leave it like that.